Look at that go. Okay, we're live.
Welcome to the Booze and the Bees podcast.
Booze and the Bees.
I'm Ella Boo.
And I'm a bee. Buzz.
Oh gosh, the light almost fell on you. Yeah, so you guys feel free to ask us questions. We're talking about, we're giving relationship advice or, any kind of advice for life in general.
We're going to be getting a proper studio, so I'm not here having to lay on the bed half-cocked because she's a quarter of my size.
Yeah. So, how are you? How are you so chill? I'm jealous. I was gonna make a joke and say lots of trauma, but I don't know. Just a chill person. I don't let things get to me. Does he have Monopoly money?
What? Like the paper?
Like the Monopoly man.
Oh. He doesn't have a monocle,
Hi,
right?
Bree.
Isn't that the thing? Isn't there that thing where people think he has a monocle, but he doesn't have a monocle?
I'm that way because of trauma, too.
I'm going to get the color checker quick while we're going through that.
Yeah, the initial chats.
Mm-hmm.
Bree, I love your cup. So cute, my love.
I'm on stereo mode too, so I really hope the stereo mode allows us to adjust the volume differently, but that we don't like echo off each other. I'm really hoping that doesn't happen. And if it does, well, then we've learned, right? So
yeah.
It's not like, oh, this was the one podcast we're going to do and it's ruined.
Yeah, it's not like we have to test this now before we have guests and stuff.
Exactly, yeah. So it's been a lot of learning so far to get here. Hey, how did this happen?
So much fur.
This is you. You did this.
Oh my goodness.
Oh my goodness.
It's podcast time. Okay, someone's asking us a question. You gotta get in the thing.
Oh God.
Well, you don't want them to ask us questions?
No questions. No fun, no laughter, no questions.
He's kidding, yeah. Hold on one second. He's just doing the color checker.
Yeah, it's checked.
Okay. Well, I have to wait for him to come back in. Right. Okay.
Okay.
How long have you guys been dating? We have been together for, I've been saying 3.5 years. I don't know if it's actually a half.
It's close enough. I mean, we round, right? We teach our kid to round. We can round.
Our anniversary is in April. Mm-hmm. So in April, it'll be 4 years.
Yep.
And if I look this way, you guys, it's because I'm looking at the camera.
We're going to be trying to look at the camera more because it's nice.
Yeah.
That's what we should do. So it's going to be like, read, talk to you, and then we're going to answer away from you, but we are talking to you. I promise.
Yeah, promise. Do you guys have kids together?
Mm-mm.
I have one mini that we are raising together, yes.
Yeah, I mean, that we do, yeah.
What are your life goals?
I want to constantly improve. I just want to be the best version of myself. And I want to do that with people I care about and then people who have the same vision as me to do that. So I don't know where it's going to lead eventually, but I know the kind of person I would like to be. And I'm going to do everything I can to achieve that. So
nice. Yeah, I was going to say financial freedom is a big goal. Mm-hmm. Of ours, because I would love to be able to take many vacations and be able to spend as much time with family as I can, because it's the most important thing to me.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely. How did we meet?
We were playing pool, and a very flamboyant guy in a neck brace came up and said, "You two are so cute together. You're going to be together forever." And we just met. And then we didn't talk again for a while. And then her friend disappeared. And then we hung out.
Yeah, there was a whole thing with my best friend because she wasn't answering her phone and stuff. And so I was like messaging him. And he was there for me that night.
Yeah.
And then I think we went on a date not long after that.
Yeah, I like brought wine like the next day and we hung out and we just stayed. We slept on the floor together and we've upgraded a lot. So
together, which is really cool.
yeah, and that's really the good thing, you know, if they could stick with you when you're 250 pounds and sleeping on the floor together, it's someone you can really trust to be by your side, that they're in it for the right reasons and for who you are as a person. And I really appreciate that.
Okay, I gotta scroll up because I know I missed one. Question for Jeff. What's your favorite thing about Ella?
I think kind of what I just said is that, you know, there's some people you go out and you try to find them and they're in it for the wrong reasons. You know, she didn't know what I made before we got together. She didn't care. That wasn't part of what she was looking for. She was looking for a partner that actually cared about the content of their character and said, this is somebody who's going to stand by me and be honest and be true to me. And that's what you want in somebody. And that's what I found in her. She's very feminine. She's very caring. She's very emotional, which can be a lot, but is also, it's what you want, right? I'm not trying to date myself. I'm trying to date somebody who can fill in my vacancies. And I'm a very logical person, and she's very emotional person, very feeling person. And that kind of compassion and human touch helps me. I'm a little robotic to some degree, let's say. So
just a little bit, not with me, but with other things.
Yeah. So
and that question was from my subscriber, Bobby. Just shout out to you.
Hey, shout out to Bobby. Thank you.
And I'm trying to do these in order. So before Bobby's was, oh no, we already did that one. Is that his mustache or does he have a filter on?
No, I just glue it on. It's my cat's hair. I glue it on every morning.
Do you respect her lifestyle? And I'm assuming that they're talking about because I make adult content for a living.
Yeah, she definitely asked beforehand. And it was something that I was fine with because I came from like a hippie family. So being unclothed is not that abnormal. It's not a thing that should be shunned. There's definitely like a stigma, and I would argue for the right reasons for people not wanting to date within that community, but that's because the goals of the people in that partnership don't align, and ours align. It's not like she's out looking for new people and new partners and to get attention. It's definitely more of a business thing, and we're both comfortable with bodies, and that's fine. That's just a way to express yourself and do work, and the loyalty is always between us, and the communication is definitely there between us. And that's just something to make sure you look for. If you're trying to get into it and your partner is not into it, you probably won't have a partner, and getting a new one might be difficult if you're in it for kind of the wrong reasons. So you need to set the boundaries that you have with them initially.
Yeah. Question for Ella. What's your favorite thing about Jeff? A really big quality in him that I really fell in love with was when I would communicate with him, like he would actually listen to what I was having to say and then like apply it in the future instead of disregard my feelings or, you know, tell me I'm crazy or I just really appreciate how respectful he is of my emotions. And like, we're both not perfect and we obviously get into arguments sometimes, but we always like work it out. And I don't know, I'm really grateful for that. I haven't had a partner who actually would sit down and like talk to me about stuff that's going on or like stuff that's in my head and let me explain myself and not make me feel bad for doing it. So that's a really big quality I like in him. I mean, he's amazing. So great cook. He's really great with Chloe, my mini me, and cares for her a lot. I've never had a partner who was like that either. So yeah, I don't know. I really appreciate him. Aw, girl, that's your forever man. He's understanding and passionate. Aw, I agree, T. I agree.
Yeah, me too. We're working on it.
Oh, question? question for both of y'all. Tell us your favorite memory of y'all's favorite memory together.
Like, together?
Together, yeah.
Like with each other?
So many favorites, though.
I liked it when we got onto the Disneyland ride and we like just totally skipped the line. We skipped like 4 hours on a Disneyland ride because we sort of like got in with the VIP people. They weren't even selling VIP tickets, but I guess some people had VIP tickets and they like didn't check because they were asking questions and we just walked through. We're like, man, this ride's empty. And then we like get past where all the VIP people would normally walk. It was like the Star Wars one. It was really cool. And there's just this mountain of people that we should have been behind and weren't.
Yeah, what was that ride called? It was Space Mountain.
That was Space
right?
Mountain.
Yeah.
It was really dope going
Got
behind
to
the scenes of that,
skip the
which
whole
I never
line
got
and
to do. And I remember when I was a kid going into Space Mountain, and that was like the fact that that's the only ride I remembered because it was such a long line. Like it sticks into me, like how ridiculous that was. And we got on it in 5 minutes. She probably won't even remember because of how quick we got on it. It was really cool.
One of my favorites actually was today. We were all singing Broadway in the car together.
Oh, cute.
So little stuff like that I really, really love. Because it's like, I have a family who like enjoys what I enjoy, and cheesy, but it's true. I'm trying to think of another memory. There's just so many. I really enjoy our fishing trips.
I know. I can't wait to go again.
Minnie and like her playing with the worms and, you know, throwing in the line and stuff. Those are really great. Yeah, I can't wait to go fishing again. Thank you so much, Bree, for pinning the comments for me. Thank you so much, my love. I really appreciate you. How did you introduce Jeff to Minnie?
It was a little while after we started meeting, which is fair, and which I would recommend for many young single mothers to do, is definitely be very cautious of what you do and who you spend your time with. That's definitely going to have a lasting impact on a child. And the fact that she cared so much about her kid was definitely a good thing for me, because I wouldn't want to be with somebody who was a mother and then also like disregarded the best interests of their child, because eventually that would be mine and hopefully more to come in the future. So you have to think about that too, is when I'm doing something for me, say if you're the single mom, if I'm going to do something for myself and date this person for myself, that guy's going to recognize that you did it for yourself and didn't do it for your child. Alternatively, you can't be like, no, I've got a kid, so I need everything, and they need to have a Lamborghini, and they need to treat me right, and I'm the boss. Is like, no, like there's got to be some boundaries. But they're gonna notice, hey, I need to see who you are, what kind of person you are, and make sure that I'm not getting into anything that would harm my child, right? And a guy would really appreciate that, like you actually had the due diligence and wanted to find a person who would be a father. That's a really attractive trait for somebody to care that much about their kid.
I can't remember the specific like time when like what we did to introduce you.
Yeah, I think
we're just like,
hey, it's time. It's been like a month or two.
Yeah.
Yep. And then I think we did homework. That was like the first
How
day.
did you guys get, I'm trying to read the questions in the camera and it's so hard because I forget. How did you guys get good at communicating with each other during disagreements?
I mean, we disagreed.
Yeah, but how did we learn to communicate?
Yeah, we kept doing that.
We had to, it was a lot. It was a lot of talk, not like a lot of talking, but sometimes it don't have to be like repeated. Like no one's gonna just know the right thing to do all the time. So like the patience, understanding.
Yeah, data fishermen, they're patient.
Yeah, because, you know, for example, like if you say like, oh, I don't like it when you talk to me this way. Yeah, I'd appreciate it if you went about it this way instead. And then if the person does it again and in the future, like as long as they like recognize like, oh, like you're right. Like I hear you and I'm going to work on it and stuff like that. So
I think like a big part of that is men and women definitely speak differently. And I can't even say men and women, but like more masculine, more feminine think differently, more logical, more emotional think differently, they talk differently, they experience emotions differently and to different degrees, and everyone's different. So you really have to judge your relationship, but then come at it from a different lens that your partner isn't you. They're not going to think the same things are acceptable as you. And that's going to make a big impact on how you communicate. For instance, she sometimes says she's not being heard. And I'm like, I'm literally listening and I'm not getting a solution because there's a problem, there needs to be a solution and an actionable step. And so when we communicate now, if there's an issue, it's like, here's what I heard, here's how it happened, and here's what I would like to happen next time. And she can say, my emotions were hurt. I would like it if you would just come and hold me, and that'll make me feel better. It's like that's the actual action step. So she's kind of come to realize that I need a logical answer and a solution, and that I need to come with, how do I comfort you, which can change from day to day. So it's something that I still work on and that we still communicate about. And so if there is an issue that we already haven't, hey, we've done this before, this is how we handle it. It's a new situation we haven't come to yet. We talk about it and we say, okay, next time this happens, this is what we should do. And you're going to fault on that. Odds are you're probably going to make a mistake and you're going to get heated and you're going to do something that you both agreed you weren't going to do. If your partner brings it up and says, hey, you're doing that thing and it's really making me upset, can we have a 5? Because maybe they're too heated already to even go back and say, oh, I'm sorry. They might be too far gone. You say, hey, let's come back to this. You have to work it out with your partner. What is something we're going to do when we do slip up? We're not going to yell at them and be like, you said you wouldn't do that again. How dare you? This is ridiculous. We're going to fight about it because you said you wouldn't. It's like, hey, you said you wouldn't and it happened. How are you going to get better? You have to realize the next step should be positive and in the right direction. Like, we're in this together. How are we going to get better after this? And that's not going to be arguing, saying you said you would have done this again. Move on, say, oh, I made a mistake. And then by repetition, you will eventually just stop doing the things that she doesn't like, and she'll stop doing the things that I don't like, unless it needs to happen. If it's a real disagreement on something that needs a decision.
Also, advice that my mom gave me one time was if it feels like the communication just isn't going through, sometimes, like he said, like to take a break, like take 5, but also like writing it down. Sometimes we'd have to like leave each other alone for a little bit and then write to each other instead, like text each other. Because then you get to like write it down and read it and really like take it in and think like, is this what I'm trying to express to him? And then like vice versa, like he can read it and like try to understand what I'm saying.
And probably delete it. And probably delete the whole angry part and just be like,
yeah, the unreasonable parts.
Because you probably would have said it. That's the thing. You probably would have just said it because it's so much quicker to say things than to write them. You would have written it, read it, and be like, does this actually get me to my goal?
Yeah.
Just being like, you're a slob and I hate you. Does that actually make you sleep in the same bed that night or not? And if the answer is no, then you're like, okay, I'm going to delete that. There's no reason to put most of the things you say. You could say, this hurt my feelings. I would like it if you said it this way. Done. Hey, I didn't like how this happened. Sometimes you don't even have to say why. You just have to learn what your partner likes to hear. And then what's your end goal? Is it to move forward together or not? Because this is also part of the vetting process. You do not have to come out of every argument with a solution. They might just not be your person. You might have fundamental disagreements and say, I'm just not the kind of person who puts up with that. And they're just not the kind of person who will not do that. Just like with the whole what she does for a living, there's not a lot of people who will accept that. And that's fine. And you have to say, this is the time to part and I'm going to go find my person. So decide if that's you, or if you are with your partner and you've been with them for a long time and you want to be with them for the long run, you do have to learn, I am committed already. Does this give me a solution or not? Does this move us forward or not?
They were saying in the chat, they're like, does he have a brother or an uncle? Heck, I'll even take his grandpa. And then someone was like, shoot, even if is his mom single?
She's single. She is single.
So's your dad.
Oh, yeah.
No single siblings, though, unfortunately.
Well, I mean, not unfortunate for them. They have great families.
Unfortunate for y'all, no?
Yeah. They have it all together. They've got great families.
An uncle?
Yeah, we've got a huge family. We're Irish.
I met his uncle.
They did.
Yeah.
You did. You met a bunch of them at the wedding.
Oh, the wedding. That's right.
Yeah, you met a lot of uncles.
That's right. That's
They
right.
and a lot of aunts. Yeah.
Yeah, looks so young. I'm 28 and he's
Thanks.
31.
Mm-hmm.
We're talking about relationships right now, my love. So if you guys have, or any life advice really in general, just if you guys are struggling with anything or, you know, or you want to ask us anything.
Or tips. If you've been together with your partner for 70 years and you want to tell us how you did it and you somehow figured out TikTok and here you are. And yeah, we'll take some advice too. That's
True.
something we would like to do, is start interviewing people who are successful and have a healthy marriage. Like we know we're young, and pretty much we're saying we've navigated a lot of our 20s wrong and we've navigated enough of it right to say, if you go off track, this is the way to get on track. That's where I was 250 pounds. I wouldn't say that's a great thing, but I got back down to a reasonable weight. I'm almost not overweight anymore by American standards, and relationship wise and mental health wise and career wise and time management wise, like we're not perfect, but we got through our 20s. So if you're struggling, we've been there.
Oh my. Someone said that she's been with her boyfriend for 3 years now and just found out that he's bisexual. I don't know if they're asking us advice on that or just letting us know.
So, I mean, there's different advice for things like that. I don't think we have like great advice.
We don't really have experience in that, so it's a little difficult.
But I would say, you know, from a guy's perspective, if I was a guy and I was with someone for 3 years and I really cared about them, and my sexuality was a very large portion of who I was, and I was bisexual and I wanted to explore that, him telling you is definitely a huge bonus in terms of, I want to experience this with you. Because he could have just cheated, right? And that would have been an option. Or maybe he leaves you because he actually likes that side more. So it's a weird thing to navigate. I can't really say exactly what the best advice is, but I would say him telling you instead of you just happening to find out is a really good thing.
Wow.
Oh, well, I mean, get rid of him. What are you doing? How old are you? You don't have a kid with him. Get rid of him. He cheated, y'all. By the way, on the camera, he did cheat. So that's not cool. I don't care what your excuse is. If he had brought it up in communication, at least you could have said no and made a decision from that point on what you're going to do.
They're 23.
Oh, 23.
Yeah,
both of you are ridiculous. Or not ridiculous. You're just young. And that's exactly the kind of audience we want, because this is the time of your life. You're really exploring a lot of things. And I would say this is the best time to vet your partner. You're 23. Ideally, you'd probably want to be settling with one person in the next 3 to 6 years. And you're probably going to want to find Mr. Right pretty close to now, right? So you want to spend some time with him, probably.
Nice. I'm sorry, my loves. I'm trying to do these in order. I keep scrolling back up to find y'all's questions, okay?
I'm liking that we're getting enough questions. We're probably going to have to put in like a little tip jar question thing.
When is it time to move in? I had to break up with a toxic relationship of 12 years because he never seemed to prioritize our relationship, and now I have issues in future relationships. Wow, 12 years.
Yeah. So can I ask your age? You don't have to give the exact number if you're uncomfortable with it, but if you can give me a range.
It's hard though. I have like all these questions and stuff.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get super chat soon. I like that people are asking us questions. This is a huge.
Yeah, definitely. My subscribers, y'all's questions will obviously trump other questions, but I'm really trying to do all these in order for you guys because I really love that y'all are asking us stuff. While we wait for the other girl's age, Anna Marie needs advice. I've been together with my boyfriend for 3 years, but he texts other girls.
That's not ideal.
He tells them that they're pretty.
Yeah, you're done. You should just be done with that.
Yeah. Like texting a friend that's a girl is one thing, but like just messaging girls to give them attention like that, to tell them they're pretty, there's no reason. Especially like if you've like what is it, voiced this concern, like if you said you don't like it and then they still do it, like yeah, maybe some guys try to say like, oh, I didn't know your boundaries, right? If you want to give them the benefit of the doubt because y'all have been together for 3 years, like maybe talk to him about it. If he's willing to actually like stop for you and like realize what he was doing wrong, then I would say, you know, try to work things out. But if you've expressed this that you don't like it and then he still does it, then that's probably just not a good partner for you.
Yeah, and you're really young, so what's happening around that time is if they're getting any attention, they're probably pretty attractive, I would argue, and like getting some attention from not probably the best people. And that can kind of be addictive at their age, is they're trying to get anything they can get. And you should definitely, I would say, you should definitely move on. If they're texting other girls that like you're just pretty, like they're only doing that for one reason. And I think you know it too. That would be the same thing as if I'm with a girl and she's getting DMs from a bunch of dudes on her Instagram and she keeps taking pictures with really sexy outfits on, but she's doing it for attention and not for business, right? Like that's, what are you doing?
Yeah.
There's no reason to be doing this.
Right.
And also like the difficulty for women to get a guy is one thing, a guy to get other numbers, that means you probably think he's better than he is as a person because he's getting attention. And it's like, it's a psychological trap. You literally need to drop that and just say, he's not going to be here for me when I'm 80. He's not going to raise my children with me. And that's what you should really be looking for, especially in your young 20s, because when you get into your older 20s, it's going to be a lot harder and the pool's going to be a lot worse, you know, for you. So while you're doing it, probably look for, honestly, older, more mature guys that are tired of dating. It's really exhausting to be a guy and date for 90% of men. So just go do that. Find someone who's actually going to care for you, for who you are. And you're going to find a really good partner. And they're not going to text other girls because they don't care. Unless they're like a business partner or a friend, like she said.
I don't want this to get confusing because now we're going to go back to the person who asked about spending 12 years with someone. And then,
Yes.
So they were saying, he was one of my first serious relationships. I was with him from 16 and now 28.
Okay, well,
So wasted a lot of years.
You definitely.
He's 31.
Here's the thing: you wasted years, but you're only 28. Do you have a bunch of children with him? Because that also changes this equation for sure. So maybe answer that if you've got kids with the guy or not. If you don't, you're in a really good position to get out there and be the best version of yourself. You can't
children.
change men. Oh yeah. You literally cannot change men. You can't do it. You can't convince the world that you're worth more than what they want to give you. You can only be the best self. You can't make your man better. You can't make him want to treat you better. You can only be the best version of yourself, and the right guy will appear by treating people with respect and dignity and not holding that trauma back. Because if you go into the next relationship guarded with your mitts up, the right man will see a boxer and say, I'm not willing to get in the ring with you because I want a wife, not an opponent.
Yeah, I know it's really hard after all of that to happen and for you to feel like open to somebody else coming into your life. But yeah, like he said, they will notice it when you start faulting them for like your past relationship stuff. And you don't want to go into a new relationship doing that, you know?
And if you spend 4 to 5 years having to work on yourself, that's going to make it a lot more difficult to find the right guy. And the next guy might be worse than your old one, which is not what you want. As far as moving in, you have to think of it like this. Technically, statistically, the most successful marriages in all history happened before they moved in together. Since people moved in together and lived together and then got married, those have been the least successful marriages. Now, we've done that, but we have made a commitment to each other. Weddings are expensive, but I would say you really don't have to worry about when's the right time to move in, because since people have been using dating as a crutch to marriage, it has the most divorces ever in history. So I wouldn't say that's a good judgment. Just use Use the right cult. Is this the right guy or not? If so, you could move in a day. We literally slept on a floor together the first day. So I wouldn't say it's a bad thing as long as you both are ready to commit to each other just to do it if you would like to.
Back to Anna Marie, who was asking about her boyfriend texting other girls that they were pretty.
Mm-hmm.
She said that she has told him that she doesn't like it. He said that he says, okay, he won't do it again. And then he does do it again.
Yeah, break up with him.
It's hard for me to leave him. Like, I know I'm young, but it's just hard to let him go. Yeah, my love.
Tough.
But is this what you... So
Tough.
then your choices are stay with him, and then he's going to keep doing this and then probably cheat on you.
And then you're going to leave. And you're going to be older.
Or realize, like, your worth and that you want something better. And especially while you're still young, like, please, like, don't think you have to just settle for somebody.
Yeah. Look, this guy's over 6 foot. He has a six-pack. He probably drives a Nissan. Okay, get over him.
Nissan.
Yeah, all the guys who drive Nissans have like 14 girlfriends. I don't know what it is. And it's always got like a broken bumper. If I'm on point, put anything in the comments.
Okay. Wow, we're getting a lot of questions, you guys. I'm trying to scroll through and look at ones that we haven't answered yet.
Yeah, if we miss you, we're sorry.
Yeah, really sorry. This is only episode 2 of our podcast.
We're really happy. This is an incredible turnout.
This will be posted on YouTube as well if you guys missed anything or want to listen to something back. But let me go. Wow. Okay. I love you guys. I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get through these comments. If a man changes, like stop texting females, is that a good sign? I've been with my boyfriend for almost 5 years and he stopped texting other females. So does this mean he loves me and cares about me?
Well, I mean, for one, you've been with him for 5 years. So I would hope you already felt loved and cared for.
Yeah.
Before this.
We haven't even been together 5 years and I don't question it.
But yeah, I mean, definitely. Why was he texting girls before that? And
well, I mean, if he was single, then that's fine.
Well, no, but he was saying they've been together for 5 years and he just stopped at the 5 year mark.
I'm kind of confused at the question, honestly.
But yeah, if he stops texting other girls, girls, I don't know if you know this, dating is exhausting for most men. Like the top 10% of men get like all of the girls' attention. Like most men literally aren't even responded to. It's absolutely so draining. So guys don't want to be texting girls and wasting time. They really want to be on their mission and doing things that fills you with purpose and being with someone who's respectful and treats you well. You know, that's really what most men want. And then you've probably all been with the guys who aren't like that. It's the top 10% of men that has like 40 girlfriends. Okay. You've probably been with them too, because that's what it is. But most guys really don't want that. So
thank you, Anna Marie.
Probably cares for you.
Thank you for the hand heart, my love. I really appreciate you. What do you think of someone who hides a family from your partner for 12 years? I'm confused.
Oh, I mean, look, that's wild. that's crazy.
Thank you so much. Hi, Carla. You can't change a person.
You can change a person yourself. So start there. The right people will change with you. I've changed a lot and she's changed a lot, and we do it for ourselves and it helps our partner. And it's a really beautiful thing to see people working together.
I like that question. Okay. Do you think it's normal to be in a relationship and still find other people attractive? So I'm going to answer this first.
Okay, cool.
Before you go on a rant.
Yeah, that's fair.
I had a really hard time with this for a good while. Like the thought of him looking at another pretty female used to get to me so bad. Like I used to get really jealous. But you have to realize, like, just because you're with a partner, that doesn't mean now everybody else in the world is going to be unattractive to them and to you. Like, it's totally normal to appreciate someone's beauty. It's a different matter if they're like trying to like go after that person, or like it's different if like you look at someone, like you're allowed to look at a girl, be like, wow, she looks really pretty, or you can look at a guy and think, wow, he's really handsome. But then like that, as long as like the line doesn't get crossed, so it did take me a while to like realize that myself, but I got a lot better at not getting jealous. Not like he's like staring at females, y'all, or anything like that.
It's a little weird.
It's normal for like a attractive person to catch your eye. Like that happens. There's beautiful people out there. You're not going to just be the only person for your partner, and it's just not a healthy way to look at life. So once you like realize that, like it's okay for people to appreciate beauty as long as they're not doing anything else more, then you'll start feeling really better about it.
Yeah, I mean, nailed it, right?
Thank you.
Yeah. Could you imagine if there was like a switch in people? They're like, oh, I'm with a partner. I no longer have any sexual drive towards anyone else in the whole world, even though I found you while looking for anyone. It's like we're ingrained to think things are attractive. It's about the decisions you make. And I heard this from Alex Hormozi, which I really liked. And he's like, I'm just so impatient. I wish I was more patient. And his wife said, you seem like a very patient person to me. And he's like, I'm not. I hate it. He's like, well, it doesn't mean you have to feel good about being patient. It just means you have to do the actions a patient person would take, and you do. And therefore, you're patient. So even if you are attracted to people, as long as you do the actions of a loyal person, then you're loyal. Then you're a loyal person, and it doesn't matter. You can't stop natural feelings. It's what you do with those feelings.
Yeah. Nice. There's a lot of like really weird random comments. So if you guys have more questions, please drop them in the chat for me. I'm sorry if I missed your question, but this is your chance to
say it again.
Say it again.
If we did miss it, sorry, say it again.
Yeah, I got a lot of really weird random comments right now.
Oh my God.
Yeah. Let's keep it cool in the chat, you guys.
If you watch this live, you'll be able to see the ridiculous things people say to us.
Yeah, we will have a schedule soon.
Yeah.
that will help with people knowing when to come watch.
We're working on it. We are working on it.
You have to have confidence in yourself first so you won't be jealous of other women. I
don't know about that.
I still struggle with confidence sometimes. Like I have down days. I think it's just normal for someone to have a down low confidence day. But I don't think it's kind of like that. You have to love yourself before you find love. Like he's really helping me like gain more confidence in myself and learning to love myself more. And I think it's good to have a partner to like help you grow like that.
Yeah.
So I don't think 100% you have to have confidence in yourself. I get like what you're saying, like you need to like be confident. So then you're like, none of these girls are competition, but it's also like trust. Like I trust him that he's not just going to go chase after a baddie.
I would also throw this out there. You can have confidence in yourself, but you should be able to just trust your partner is more important than the confidence in yourself. Because are you the most attractive person in the world? Probably not. and I'm not saying this to be rude, but if you were in the top 1% of attractiveness in the world, you'd be, 1 in a billion, right? So you probably aren't. Most people are at that 50% mark. They're 5 out of 10, and that's not bad necessarily. It's just a fact. It's how it has to be. If you were the most beautiful person in the world, another one would have to beat you by definition. So you're always going to have competition. Are you going to have competition over your partner's heart is the real question. And that comes from trusting them, not having confidence in yourself. You are not the most attractive person in the world, but you are probably the best fit for your partner. If you work on being the best fit for your partner, if that's your goal, you can do it. If I want a 6-pack, I have to eat less and do ab workouts. That's what I have to do. So then I need to do that. If I want to be the most attractive person to my partner, I need to have the same values as them and work towards those values. So build that six pack of a relationship with your partner. And that will make you the most attractive person in the world to them.
Do you do you think you can overcome your type? I am attracted to taller men. Can I overcome that standard?
You're always going to be attracted to taller men. Your success in life might not pan that way because only like what 5% of men are over 6 foot. So now you're competing with 5% of men, and so is every single other person on the planet. So your odds might not be with you. You still might get them, but you might have to work out more and be nice. You know, I would say go for your type, but be the person that they want to be. But then also judge on character, because you might get cheated on. Like if you're only attracted to NBA players, you're like a 90% chance going to be cheated on if you get one. So pick your battles, you know, and also say you're 32 and you've had horrible relationships because you only date NBA players and you're like, this is awful and I hate life. Your standards will drop immediately, but your whole dating pool also won't like you because they knew you were shallow for so long. So probably just judge on character and suck it up, you know, get rejected more maybe. That's what I had to do. I had to get rejected thousands of times. And that's what every guy has to do. Maybe you should give it a shot.
Yeah, that's hard because I have never cared about height. I'm 4'10". I have dated guys who are 5 feet tall. So
Yeah. And you're like, they're huge. They're giants.
Maybe just really just start just being more open. Like
Also start judging people on character more, because it might just be a really superficial thing. I could be like, well, I only like girls with a small waist and a huge rack and a big ass, but it's like that's not going to get me very far in life. That other guy said horribly
babe,
racist things.
hey, yeah, okay.
I can't say
not.
donkey.
I still like to be careful in my own life. He can say whatever he wants. He can get in trouble. Do you guys want kids? Well, I have one mini me right now, so we would love to have another one in the future. Just not right now.
Yeah,
Not the right time.
We can't afford the ring, let alone a kid.
A whole nother kid right now. Yeah.
The rings are expensive, y'all, and so are whole venues. They're
Yeah, but like I don't mind waiting because yeah. I want to have a really dope wedding.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I've got like a vision for it, but it costs bread, and we spend 100%. Like these lights, this camera, that phone, her second phone. We spend everything we have on quality. We have mics; they're built in. Look at these things; they're like ninja mics.
Look out!
Oh, ninja.
I was just checking how long we've been on live. 45 minutes.
Camera's probably gonna die in a little bit.
If it dies, will it save it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Saves up till it dies.
What's the dream wedding? Oh man, I haven't. It's funny. I know a lot of girls. Hi, Nina. Hi, Nina. Sorry, I'm on. It's so hard not to look at the comments. Hi, my love. I hope you're doing well. Yeah, we got Handy.
Meanwhile, YouTube is like, cut that out.
Yeah. Okay. What's the dream wedding? I don't really know, like all details. Like I've never really like planned it. Like I know some girls they like plan every detail for what they want their dream wedding to be. I know I want a really pretty dress and a really pretty venue.
On a boat.
And a dope reception.
On a boat. On a yacht. On a party yacht.
But I haven't really been planning because it's like it's just not happening right this minute. So I think it'd be more fun to plan, you know, like once I'm engaged and
it'd be cool to have like realistic expectations of a wedding, because I think like part of it is like how dope is it with your partner? Because like what if you find the perfect partner but he makes $50,000 a year and he does carpentry? You're probably not going to have a mansion wedding. Probably.
But a lot of people also don't mind.
Yeah, which is great, but that's the point, is like make sure you can like, I think part of the best thing of the wedding is like being able to plan it with realistic expectations. And I'm trying to build really high expectations. Like that's what we're doing. We're here building. This is building. You know, I have a day job, right? And then we come back and do this at night. We don't stop working. It's like from 6 a.m. to midnight. So we're going for it. It's hard. We're going for it. But I want a boat for sure.
I'm 28 and he's 31. I'm blocking a few people tonight. PSA, please don't call me a little girl. I will block you. Especially if I've already asked you not to. Are you stationary?
No, we're moving. We're on a rocket ship. This is what rocket ships look like. We're dynamic, not stationary.
Oh, Mark is asking us to impersonate each other.
Hi, I'm Ella. I'm nice as heck.
Hi, I'm Jeff. I'm a robot. No.
Does that work?
I need to talk a lot more.
Do they like us? Yeah, you gotta rant.
I gotta keep talking.
Yeah, I got an Irish whisper. Am I allowed to say Irish? Oh no, the mics.
Hmm?
The mics.
What? Oh,
With
the fan?
noise. It's
Oh,
okay. I'm
okay.
gonna try to edit it out. You should turn it
I'm
on
hot.
so I can practice. No, turn it on. I want to practice.
Oh, Ella's always sitting. What else do y'all want me to do on live, though? Y'all want me to stand
I mean, that
The
one guy
whole-
was
the
dancing.
whole time? Well, that's why he's got more viewers than me.
Well, then we're blowing it.
Look,
So
look. I'm recovering.
recovering.
I can't be putting on a show for y'all every time. I'm not going off on you, my love. I know you were just asking because I have a lot of people who come in my live and they're like, is this all you do on live is just sit there? And I'm like, what do y'all want me to do? The tap dance? Like,
You get it.
okay, let's go back to the questions, my loves. We are doing relationship advice.
Until our camera dies, then
Like-
no more questions.
Yeah, no more. No.
No fun, no laughter, no questions. For sure.
It could be any kind of questions, any advice, or if you guys want to give us advice, we're down for that as well. We've been together for 3.5 years. Best relationship I've ever been in. We have a mini. My mini's 9 years old. We're raising her together, and yeah. Aw, thank
We
you
have a
so
cat.
much.
He stinks.
Thank you, thank you.
You got a stinking cat.
Where did you meet? We did answer this one, but
You're gonna have to watch the YouTube channel.
huh?
You have to watch it.
It'll be on our YouTube
It's gonna be on our
video.
YouTube video.
It should be posted by the end of this week.
Yeah.
He just has to edit it.
Which I'll do after we get off on here, but
Really? It's already 10 o'clock.
I know.
The stash is amazing.
Thank you.
She's so pretty. Thank you.
I have to go to work tomorrow though. So
Oh, you have to go?
yes, I have to go.
Stinking. The blankets from Target.
We also make a blanket on our Etsy if you want to do a shameless plug.
I do have a merch store link in my bio. The blanket is really cute. I would show you guys. I don't have it with me right this minute.
It's so big too.
It's huge.
It's
but you can get a smaller
enormous.
one.
They have a really big one.
My YouTube is linked in my bio, my loves.
Yeah, we're making a podcast thing, the Booze and the Bees. It's spelled wrong, so comment on how it's spelled so we can help break the algorithm. It's on purpose.
Who is the mean one and who's the nice one?
Well, I'm not mean.
Yeah, nobody's mean.
Maybe a little mean.
He's more strict
Yeah.
with Minnie on certain things, but I can also get strict on Minnie for some things. It's like a nice healthy balance.
hmm I'd say overall not mean people in general.
Yeah.
Man, I cannot wait until we have a better situation than this, because this being on my side thing is like
Is it uncomfortable?
horribly uncomfortable.
Oh.
Yeah, but like if I sit up, my head is cut off by our camera. For anyone wondering why I'm like this, I'm not just like real weird and just like to
just-
chill like this.
Just look laid back, babe.
I'm not laid back. That's not me.
Any other relationship questions y'all have for us? Or any questions at all?
I mean, I guess I can be laid back. They see me all the time sitting here, but not right now.
I'm trying-
Going once, going twice. Come on, fellas.
Come on, fellas.
Come on, ladies.
Come on, ladies.
Can we just tag her? Can she come in? Hey, we're doing a podcast, and we say, "Come on, ladies, come on, fellas." If we say that 3 times in the mirror, will she appear?
Ah, it's so funny.
Can we plug her in that? Can we make this a short and send it to her, babe?
So what if an ex wants you back?
Don't
Asked by my boo Shadow.
do it. Done. Sold. No.
Yeah, they're an ex for a reason.
Yeah. Don't do it. It's a waste of your time. It's a waste of their time also.
Yeah.
Yeah. For sure.
Emma's trying to think.
I'm so bad at looking at the camera when I answer the question.
I've been getting really better at it. It's
Yeah.
just hard when it's a long question. And like, I'm like trying to make sure.
Can you get me a monocle and top hat? I would love one. I will not buy one because we spend all of our money on sound and lighting and video equipment, as well as several softwares for editing and emails and websites and all sorts of stuff.
Even if there's a long history, well, Shadow.
And especially if there's a long history. I don't know why you need, there's no more context. They're an X. That's it. Done. Next,
Yeah.
move on. There's too many people who need too many. Wait, there's a loophole for me. There's something special about me. And in my circumstance, there's not.
I'm just going to explain why he shouldn't go back with his ex.
Okay.
You don't have to just be like, don't do it. Next.
Don't do it.
Who wants our advice then?
Well, any guy would like my advice and any girl would like your
Okay,
advice.
fine. And if Shadow's a guy, then I guess you can give him the advice.
Don't do it, Shadow. Now she can tell you why as a girl, why you're the wrongest.
I know that you're still single, Shadow, and like you're dating around and stuff, and it's really hard. And I'm sure it's probably tempting to go back to somebody. Like, you know, I'm sure it's like comfortable with it, something that you know, and it's not like it's scary, the unknown or whatever. But I feel like if someone's your ex, there was something to like cause that to like end. And maybe just like keep reminding yourself that it's hard because like I feel like, you know, some people grow up. So I've just never had that experience personally where I'm like not with someone and then you grow up and then you go back to them. So it's kind of hard.
Okay. I'm also going to say, Shadow, she broke up with you. She disrespected you. She essentially cheated on you. She would do that in a heartbeat. If she could get anybody better than you, she would have stayed with them, and she didn't. Which means as soon as the next guy comes along, you're dumped again. And no matter what you do, like, that's just a big L. That's a loss, my dude. Don't get disrespected. You're not dating. Go do it. You're not getting any attractive women. You really wish you were back with her. Get more attractive. Work out. Eat less. I've got a diet plan. I can hook it up for you for free. If you go into Ella's Discord, I'm going to be starting to post things there. When anyone asks me any questions, you can do it. So...
See, Brittany, okay, Brittany said that she's done it before. So she says, didn't work out for a reason. Stay positive and move forward. I love that.
yeah.
Remember where you are and where you were. If you can't see yourself in the same place, then stay away.
Yeah, I think there's definitely a good thing about having the chat here too, because if you, for any reason, need to ask someone else, it's because you're trying to seek validation so that whatever you think is right will be agreed with. So
Shadow, don't say that. Oh my God. People in the chat are going to
Before you
believe you.
well, we don't know what they said, babe. You had to say it for the camera. Remember, we're on YouTube.
To be on YouTube. He said I didn't send in the Discord because he's black.
How does that make any sense?
He's joking. He does that to
Oh.
me. You told me you had the link. Silly goose. I can send it again though.
But yeah, I think a lot of people go looking out for somebody to say what they already want to say. So we could ask this to you, Shadow. Do you want to get back with them?
Yeah. That's a good question.
How do we meet? It's going to be on the YouTube video afterwards. I recommend you follow her, and then she'll post some links from it. Might even do a video. Might just clip the video from it and put it as like a thing on her channel.
I'm probably not going to straighten my natural hair anytime soon.
No, I like it. It's cool.
I wear wigs if I want to have straight hair because straightening damages your curls really bad.
And then she looks Texan 'cause she got some big old hair under there. Yeah.
That was the weave that made me look like I was Texan. Oh, he still loves his ex. He does want to get back with her.
Tough. Don't do it. Who cares? See, like that, but that's the thing. And this is exactly what I was saying before. You jumped on so that we would say, maybe your situation's different. And you're not going to get that from us. And you're hoping the chat was going to say, maybe this one's a little different. And they didn't do that. So now you have the chat telling you you're wrong. You have us telling you you're wrong. You need to move on, and you need to be a better version of yourself. Now, if that's a skinnier version of yourself, if that's a richer version of yourself, if that's a more intelligent version of yourself, if that's a more athletic version of yourself, if you're not interesting, you need to read some books, then you need to do those things. Because getting back with your ex is the worst thing you can do for you to become the man you need to get the partner who will actually respect you. And you're actually going to love way more than this lady. You love her because your life's probably a little lame and you're doing nothing to improve it. And that's the easiest way out of a lame life, is to not improve yourself. So go get better. You don't need to be perfect. I'm not perfect. And I've got a wonderful partner who respects me tremendously. And I'm so grateful and so happy. And I'm only going to keep bettering myself. You need to better yourself now, because if you're trying to go back into their arms and get people to validate you, A, you're asking for validation. What woman's going to find that attractive? Nobody. They're going to say, you're lame. Goodbye. So get better.
I work in HR, sir.
You work in HR? Dope. Then I don't care. Where's your six pack, bro? Do you got one? Go talk to people. Go have fun. Go better yourself. Working in HR. That's not like you don't own a Maserati. Like, you're a human. You're like other humans. Be the best version of you. That's all. Don't date. You did get better. Good. Keep doing that. Keep continuously doing that and stop thinking about your ex. If you need to block them because you're an addict, block them. Because it's not helping you. You're not finding your forever partner in your ex. It's not happening. You will get divorced. There's like 100% chance, and no one has agreed with you that it was a good idea, and your situation is not different than everybody else. We are human. Why do we all read Shakespeare when we're in school? They're so old. Shakespeare is so old. Haven't people changed? No, we haven't, because people have love and emotions and feelings, and we're dumb and we do the wrong things all the time. Don't listen to yourself. You're wrong. Let her go.
Someone asked what our signs were. We're both Pisces, by the way.
Yeah.
Focus on you and the better person will come. Yes.
Yo, yeah, that's fine, man. Plug the Twitter, babe. What's your Twitter?
Link in my bio.
Yeah, you can find it. Link in her bio. If you actually want the Twitter and you don't care about the conversation, that is wonderful news for me. We do everything here.
Did I miss something? Ashley, I don't think your first comment went through, my love. If you want to ask me again. I've had to block the same person 3 times. They keep making accounts.
Oh my God. Do you have to block them? Or are they just annoying, or are they like going to get you banned? Because if you ignore them, they stop.
Don't call me a little girl.
Trolls.
No, but they were
are
like
just
trolling
like
other
that.
people in the comments too. So we are doing relationship advice right now, my loves, or like any kind of life advice in general. We've been together for 3.5 years. I'm 28 and he's 31. We're both Pisces. What else? What else can I answer for
Yeah,
you?
we need some new questions, because we're gonna have to cut all this out to YouTube, and then we gotta like watch the whole video. So it's
Yeah,
like
actually,
doubling your
sometimes
life.
it's a specific word you're saying, so maybe try to reword it, and maybe it'll go through. As a woman who wants to post content with her husband, can you give tips or tricks? Do it. I don't really know what kind of advice you're asking me for. Like,
think
is he trying to be subtle about it? Like, I don't.
Yeah, does he like want to be like major in it? Like, I don't, for the most part, want to be like major in it.
Thank goodness, Brie, you're back.
I can give you lighting tips. Use lights, like lots of them. You can check some of our behind the scenes. But that's the biggest thing, is if you're going to do anything, you can get like a cheaper camera, but you got to have good lighting. If you go next to a window, it's going to help out a lot with any of that kind of stuff. But overhead lighting looks terrible, like absolutely terrible. And there's so much free stuff on the internet, you might not make any money. So storyline it. Stories are fun. Like, why does everyone know about the pizza guy and the plumber? You know, because they're funny stories. So people like stuff like that. You know?
Yeah, we had different
and,
stuff like that.
and then Good Lights. They're so funny. Like,
Shadow said thank you for the tough love, by the way.
you're welcome, Shadow. I hope you really go out and have a wonderful life. You know, that's really what we do here. She's nice. I'm not mean, but I'm honest, and sometimes your feelings get hurt with the truth, and I don't control your feelings. What am I, God?
Okay, so Ashley's really young, but she's saying that her boyfriend is in jail currently. I tried to move on because my family said to.
Do you have kids with
But
him?
I'm struggling and I don't know what to do. He has a pretty bad charge.
Do you have a kid with him?
That person asked me advice about posting with their husband. Do you only do it with your husband and are both faces shown? Does it cause issues? I don't want to get into it too much. There are ways to not show his face. So you just got to get a little creative with it. I only collab with other women. I don't collab with other men. Not something I'm interested in. Not something that he would want me to be doing.
No.
So,
And that was